Good morning and welcome to another episode of the Sacred Roots podcast. So, in the last episodes, I've been talking more and more about how feminine energy and money energy are really intertwined. And something that I have really been fascinated to observe as well is how much self worth and money are also intertwined. So today I want to talk about this a little bit, and then I'm going to be taking you through a meditation. It's actually an NLP meditation that is going to help you increase your sense of self-worth so that you can welcome more money, more wealth into your life. So it's very interesting to see that society really has led us to believe that our worth was linked to all the things that we have, our possessions, the kind of clothes that we're wearing, all these things that are, I guess, a little bit more superficial. I'm afraid of saying this word because I don't want to put judgment on it. There's also, a lot of beauty on wearing beautiful clothes that are created by stylists and that are inspired. I think there's also a lot of spirituality in clothing. But what is sad is how much people actually link their self-worth to the things that they have and the things that they wear. So maybe this is you. Maybe you're recognizing yourself in there. And if you are, that's okay. I think we have been fed that lie for a very long time, and we are seeing it also in movies or in books. And it's also interesting to see that we even talk about someone's net worth, which is the amount of money and assets that this person has, so their possessions. Someone's net worth is how much they are valued. So no wonder that we value ourselves with the amount of things that we have and the things that we wear. But of course, if you are following the Sacred Roots podcast, you know that your worth is actually not really tied to what you have and what you wear, but more to who you are deep down. And I mean, you're made of stars. You're absolutely magical. Your worth is like, we cannot even put a number on it. So why do we struggle so much to see that? Why do we attach then our worth to external things rather than who we really are inside? Well, studies have shown that we actually have a sense of self-worth, and that is the foundation of our self-worth around the age of 3 or 4. I mean, that's really, really young. I have an 8 months old at home, so I'm really self-conscious now of how I'm talking to him and the amount of love and care that I'm giving him because I want him to feel worthy. I mean, if the foundation of your worth is determined around the age 3 or 4, you can repeat to yourself every day, I am worthy, I am worthy, I am worthy. The 30 or 40-year-old you might feel worthy, but the foundation is still a bit shaky. And the foundation of your self-worth really needs to be worked on so that you can attract more money to you. So how are they actually linked, self-worth and money? Thank you for asking the question. Well, like I shared in a previous episode, money is love. And money is a reflection of the self-love that we have for ourselves. And self-love and self-worth are really, really close. So if we don't love ourselves and we don't think that we are worthy to receive so much, we are subconsciously going to sabotage everything that we have, or our energy field, our subconscious, our body is going to be sending energy messages to your clients, the universe, or to opportunities to say, no, I'm not worthy to receive so much. And studies have shown again that people who win the lottery or people who have amazing opportunities and suddenly make a lot of money, if they don't feel worthy of receiving that much money, they are going to freak out and they are going to sabotage and either divorce from their partner or have a huge argument with their co-founder or find a way to lose the money. A lot of books talk about that. Maybe you've read The Big Leap, who also talk about the upper limit. And I guess we can also link self-worth with our upper limit problem. If we think that we are worthy to receive maybe 1 million in our life, and then suddenly we receive 10 million, well, that's way beyond our upper limit. And so what do we do when we have an invisible ceiling, an upper limit? Well, we sabotage to bring ourselves back to the limit, to what we think we are worthy and what's bearable for our nervous system, right? So it's really ingrained in our bodies, in our nervous system, in who we are, that our worth is this much. And if we have more, then it's not okay. Even if consciously you're going to be doing all the courses to make more money, etc., if you don't work deep down on that sense of self-worth, well, your whole subconscious is telling the world, this is too much for me, I'm not worthy of it. And your subconscious, sorry to break the news to you, but your subconscious is 80 to 95% of yourself, your mind, your energy field. So it's very important when we do this kind of work to also work on our sense of self-worth and self-love. So I could be taking you through a whole course, but I discovered recently a beautiful NLP meditation. If you don't know NLP, it's for, I think it holds for Neuro-Linguistic Programming, if I'm correct, something like that, definitely connected to the brain and the words that we use. And it helps you reprogram your brain so that you can really heal these subconscious patterns and welcome the new you, that next version that you desire to be into your life. Because even if you want it consciously, you also need to work on a subconscious level. And that's what NLP does for you. So find a nice, comfortable place where to sit. If you're listening to this episode and you're in the car or you're running, well, maybe switch to something else because I don't want you to be distracted and fall over or have an accident. But come back to this episode when you can have 5 minutes, 10 minutes for yourself, really quietly, to enjoy the maximum effects of this NLP meditation. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Picture for a moment the infinite worth that you come from. Imagine you can go back and watch yourself incarnate from that place. From the outside, watch yourself come into a brand new developing body. And as you watch yourself grow and develop from conception onwards, through childhood all the way to your current age, when does that innate sense of infinite worth begin to diminish? Does it happen right away when you were born, or maybe even before in the womb of your mother? Or does it diminish over time in your first months, years? Just watch from the outside and notice what happens. Now, take a minute to notice that however small you may feel, You are a part of the infinite expression of the universe. And even in a tiny, tiny piece of infinity, even in that tiny piece, there is infinity and infinite worth. You are made of stars. Now, think of a symbol representing the infinite worth that you come from. Imagine you can go back again and watch yourself incarnate with that symbol of your infinite worth in every cell of your developing body. Then, imagine stepping into that developing body with that symbol of infinite worth multiplying through all the developing cells and tissue of your new body. Let yourself marinate and bath in that experience of worth until you are ready to be born. Now, leave all the details of your past and your family aside. Notice what it's like to come into the world with the infinite worth of the universe in every cell of your being, permeating your heart and belly, head and toes. Your whole body is filled with that sense of infinite worth. And both hemispheres of your developing brain are nourished and filled by that infinite worth. Breathe that experience of worth into your belly. Breathe that experience of infinite worth into your heart. Breathe it into the left hemisphere of your brain. And then from the left hemisphere into the right hemisphere of your brain. And then back again. Breathe that experience of infinite worth from your right hemisphere into your left hemisphere. When you are ready, allow yourself to grow up from that newborn body all the way to your current adult age, saying to yourself all along the way, I am, and I am here. When that feels complete, notice how this changes your experience of life, of yourself, the world, and money. Let the best part of that soak into the fabric of your being in whatever way feels most appropriate to you. And stay for as long as you'd like. In this new sense of infinite self-worth that you truly are. If you've liked this meditation or any other episode of the Sacred Roots podcast, feel free to leave a review on Apple Podcast or on Spotify. You can also leave reviews now on Spotify as well. Feel free to share it with your friends, share it on social media, tag me at Elie de Bosson or at Sacred Roots Podcast. And now conquer the world with this new infinite sense of self-worth. I will see you in the next episode.